Greetings, cyberdogs and citizens of the interwebs. This is ReNDoG coming at you in another episode of Modded Minecraft from the FoolCraft server. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day wherever you are on planet Earth right now. I've been playing Modded Minecraft for about 3 or 4 hours this morning. I've had 2 cups of coffee, my brain is ticking away, and oh baby, am I in the mood to get some action done today. Last time we were together, we kind of broke our base, didn't we? Yep, the whole thing is kind of shut down right now, and that's because I wanted to transfer all of our storage from those giant colossal chests into something a little bit more compact from refined storage, this disk drive thingy over here. And last time we were transferring all of the items into this jazz, and yeah, it's pretty sweet that we've managed to put 180,000 freaking items into 4 little discs. The problem is our freaking base is shut down right now. Nothing is working. Slime isn't going to the slimy generators, or isn't going to the processing facility over there, and we need to get that sorted today. So we're gonna do a little bit of fun freaking modded work today here in the center of the base. I've already set up some foundations for this, and yeah, hopefully we can get it to work. But before we do that, guys, take a look at what I spotted this morning when I logged on. Look at that burning jazz over there. That was not burning last week that we were here. And yes, look at what is happening over here. The BOO Building Company is in the house, baby. B-Dubs has been hard at work fulfilling his contract that I gave him in the previous episode. We have contracted him to make some sort of an alien artifact, and I gotta say, man, this is looking fantastic. I know B-Dubs was having a little bit of problems out here with the mobbage, so I set him up with the mega torch over here. Hopefully that will make his working conditions a little bit easier. He has raised his price though to $9 an hour due to the fact that, well, he's working in probably the most deadly biome in FoolCraft right now, and I gotta say, I'm happy with that price, man. I think it's fair. I'm really excited to see what B-Dubs comes up with over here, and you know what this is gonna do is it's gonna give our base a reason, a purpose for existing. Those humans came down into this ominous woods to come and investigate this alien artifact, and as humans generally tend to do, they were hoping to get some sort of, I don't know, like research or some sort of like technology or even just minerals to sell and make a profit out of from this artifact. But little did they know that they would get wrecked in the buttholes by an alien race that is going to be coming out of that freaking artifact over there. So awesome. I think B-Dubs has already spent like 4 hours on it, so our wallet is going to take a hit from that particular contract, but I simply cannot wait to see what B-Dubs does with that freaking alien artifact, man. It is going to be amazing. The Chisel Bits going crazy. Speaking of Chisel Bits, guys, I just have to take a moment to show you some awesomeness here in the city of Maybe. I just have to show you because it is so amazing. If you guys are not watching BOO's FoolCraft series, you're missing out. He is doing some really amazing work with Chisel Bits. My goodness gracious, the lag. Need to let this area load for a little bit. Check this out. BOO has been working on a subway system for the city of Maybe, and isn't this looking superb? Oh my freaking goodness. Look at this. He's made a freaking train, a subway train out of Chisel Bits. It's even got working slide doors. Look at that. How freaking sweet is that, man? That is amazing. And he's just starting this project, I think, and I think this is one of the most impressive things that I have seen with Chisel Bits in a very, very long time, if ever, to be honest with you. How do we close this door? There we go. And look at this, man. We've even got like a metro map over here, which is gorgeous. I just absolutely love it. It is inspirational down here, man. B-Dubs wrecking them Chisel Bits like nobody's business, and hopefully, hopefully his contract in the ominous woods is not going to result in him giving up Minecraft and quitting Minecraft forever, because it is dangerous up in there, man. Alright, cyberdogs, the time has come to get down to some serious modded business. Get those Pimp McDaddy glasses on, man. Let's see if we can get our base up and running once again. Last time we were together, we moved our colossal chest downstairs, and there were a whole bunch of cables coming out of it. It looked like a freaking hedgehog, and it wasn't really functioning the way that we wanted it to work. What we're going to do now is completely streamline this situation. This colossal chest is collecting items from our loot bag openers and from our ender the chest from our slime farm, as well as from our Alumite pickaxe. Of course, if we harvest blocks with this thing, it goes directly into that chest. And what I've done now is I've just added a single item conduit that is going to transfer all items that go into the colossal chest directly into the disk drives. What we're going to try and do now is find a way to get the specific items required by the different facilities in our base to be sent to those facilities automatically after they arrive in our new refined storage system. Sounds complicated, and yes, I guess it is a little bit complicated, but we have to just give it a go. Let's see if we can actually get this done. Now, the idea that I have for this particular room over here, guys, is that each of these blocks is going to be a storage drive, okay? So eventually, this is going to kind of look like a massive storage room, a server room, if you will, right? I think it's going to look really, really cool when it's done. But for now, let's just focus on maybe one set of disk drives over here, or maybe just one disk drive. Maybe we should just do one over here like this, right? There we go. Very nice. So this is going to be one stack of servers, if you will. Now, these are unpowered at the moment, right? So we're going to need to get them connected up into our controller. We should probably move the controller to sort of a central point in this room, but for now, let's just leave it over there. And the cool thing about refined storage is that you can actually connect the little bits of refined storage quite easily to each other. You don't have to connect it directly to the controller. If the other refined storage things are touching the controller, then you can actually connect them. So let's run this refined storage cable like this. And where is that disk drive? I think it's okay, it's over here, which is a little bit of a problem because it's directly underneath this power cable over here. So let's just break this power cable. We're going to have to do a little bit of rewiring, and I guess we can come like this and connect it in. Okay, there we go. So the disk drive should be working now, and then we can reconnect our power cable like this, I guess. We can just run underneath it, and we've just run out of freaking energy conduits too, which is a pain in the butt. Let's just get a couple more of those. There we go. And let's reconnect our power cables like so. There we go. Okay, nice. It's a little bit messy, but it's all right. Now, those disk drives should be up and running now. Let's go check it out. Let's have a look. Do we have power in these bad boys now? I think so. Yes. Okay, so let's stick a couple more 64K storage disks in there. Very nice. Now, this is going to become our primary storage now. So let's plug these storage disks out of this one. And where did the last one go? Okay, there we go. And let's get it plugged into here. Let's put like 2 up here and 2 down here, just so they kind of look cool, right? Yeah. Oh, you know what we could do? Can we do it like this? Does that change the position of it? Yes, it does. Oh, that is so cool. Okay, there we go. That's looking sweet, right? Now, this is all of our items. Looking very, very good. The first thing that we're going to try and do is get slime out of our system and into our slimy generator room over here. Now, the problem that we have with refined storage, unfortunately, is that we can't just plug in item conduits into the refined storage system. What we have to actually do is export the items into a chest first, which is a little bit unfortunate, but that's okay. Let's see if we can do this. I've got an exporter over here from refined storage. Is this the exporter? Yeah, okay, so let's get a chest put down here. I've got a gold chest that we can use. Let's put the chest, I guess, in this position over here, and then disconnect that because we don't want that connecting at all. Disable over there, and then, geez, it is super tight down here, isn't it? My goodness. Let's just get up here, and then I think what we need to do is plug the exporter. I think we got to stick a cable here coming out of the disk drive, and then we stick the exporter in like that. Okay, but then we've got a connection down there. Will the Yeti wrench undo that connection? It doesn't look like it will. Okay, that's not good news. Yep, it's confirmed. I've had way too much coffee today, guys. I'm overthinking this like nobody's business, man. You know, refined storage is a very simple mod once you understand how it works. And in essence, what refined storage is just a giant network of blocks, right? Any refined storage blocks that are touching each other and that are activated by a controller all function as one big network. That means you don't need to have different inputs and different outputs for different items. You can all just control that via exporters and importers. Check this out, right? I've just figured this out. If we put our chest, let's say we put it over here, right? Because we want to keep our access tunnel nice and open. We don't want to stick stuff in there. Let's put the chest over, I guess, here, like so. And if we stick the exporter into the chest like that, this exporter is talking to the network, right? Now, if we look at this exporter and we stick a slime ball in there, what we should see is the slime from the storage disk being transported into the chest. Beautiful. That's working exactly the way that I wanted to. Lovely. Now all we need to do is get that slime to travel into this cable, because this is the cable that's taking it to the slime generators. And to keep things nice and neat, where are my item conduits? There they are. Let's try a little something like this. We'll get the item conduit coming out like that, and then we'll connect it to the power cable like this, and it can follow the power cable like so, and then it can jump across like that. Perfect. Let's get our Yeti wrench out and undo all of these, right? Let's keep it nice and neat. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so in theory, this chest should now be able to send the slime all the way over to the slimy generators. Let's turn this to always active. Let's have a look. Is that getting extracted? Yes, it is. Beautiful. Let's just double check. Let's make sure that slime is traveling into the next chest, which is over here. This is the sort of backup chest for the slime. And that's perfect. It's going in and it's going out. That means our slimy generators should now be back up and running. Okay, beautiful. So all of the slime that we are getting from our slime farm is going directly into the big colossal chest. That colossal chest is sending the slime into our storage disk over here, and this storage disk thingy is sending the slime into the slimy generators. I'm 100% sure that this is probably overcomplicated, but hey, it works. I'll take it. Now that is a gorgeous sight to behold, Cyberdogs. Our slimy generators back up and cranking, baby. Oh man, that is epic. We've got power going into our base once again, and that means we can start generating some more materials. And for that, we're going to need our ore processing facility. We need it for iron so that we can make factory blocks. Unfortunately, at the moment, it's unplugged because it's not receiving any ores from our system. Let's change that right now, guys. Take a look at this. I think it would be really smart for us to set up another disk drive array over here, right? A little bit closer to this pipeline. So here's what I'm thinking. This disk drive is going to service this corridor and this corridor, right? And then this disk drive will service this corridor and that corridor, I guess. That way we don't have to have a whole bunch of cables down here making the place look really, really messy. You know, I want to keep this access passageway open. I think it's really, really cool. I love it. I want there to be like an underground passageway, a maintenance level, if you will, right? Where you can imagine the aliens scurrying through. And eventually I want to fill these passageways with, you know, alien bits and blood and bits of humans and stuff. It's going to be awesome. Dang it, the sun is going down. Just had to sleep the night away, guys. You never know when the governor is going to log onto the server and fine you for not sleeping. And let's face it, man, we're about to get poor, spending all our money on B00. I can't afford to be dropping cash on fines, man. Anyway, let's find a way, guys, to get all of the ores into our processing facility. Now, first thing that we need to do is get this disk drive connected up to the refined storage network. And I'm trying to figure out a decent way to do that. I was thinking about maybe just running a refined storage cable like on the overground like this. Does that look kind of cool? I think that might look pretty sweet, right? It'll be cool to see like cables coming out the back of the disk drives. I think that could be pretty sweet. There we go. So this disk drive should now be functioning. It doesn't have any storage disks in it at the moment, unfortunately. Why don't we just like plug one in there just for, I don't know, just for aesthetic's sake, okay? There we go. It's got its own little disk drive. Now, we're going to do exactly the same thing with this thing than we did with the other one. But I suppose the bad thing about having the cable above ground like this is that it makes it a little bit harder to access. Maybe what we want to do is drop the cable down by one block, and then I think we could probably use something called a facade block to sort of hide the shame of the cabling. We don't want to be able to see through here eventually, right? Yeah, I'm going to have to look into that. But let me lower the cable by one, and then let's see if we can get the chest plugged into it in the same way that we did for the slide. It seriously feels like I'm performing surgery or something right now, guys. You know, trying to put together somebody's freaking heart system or something. This is some delicate cabling work over here. I need to ensure that every cable I lay down in this area is not going to interfere with the future maintenance levels, right? So check it out. We're going to have a maintenance level under here, and the wall of that maintenance level is actually going to be 2 blocks away from the center. So 1, 2. Yeah, this is actually going to be the wall of this maintenance level, right? So that chest needs to go 1 block back into the wall over here, or else you're going to be able to see it inside of the wall. I tell you what, guys, jeez. This is probably a much better way to do this to future-proof the build, but, you know, this is how the ReNDoG rolls. Okay, so that's the chest that is going to be receiving all of the ores. Let's get an exporter plugged into that bad boy, like that. Very nice. And then let's get that exporter plugged into our refined storage system. And all we need to do is get a nice, neat cable going going like this. Beautiful. Okay, so this exporter is now ready to start sucking out all of the ores that we need. I've got copper, nickel, iron, lead, tin, silver, gold, mana infused, and aluminum. And it looks like we're going to have to maybe do another one of these exporters for the remaining ores. I think there's only like 3 or 4 ores left. But for now, that's okay. Let's just use those ores for now. Okay? Those are like the primary ores that we need. The most important one being iron, which we did put in there. Yes, we did. Okay, so next thing that we need to do is set this to always extract. And this cable should be sending all of those ores into our sag mills. But I think the sag mills are on a different colored network. Yes, they're on purple right now. So let's just make sure that we set the channel of this item conduit over here to purple. Okay, so let's send this to purple. I don't know what happened there. The brain just sort of shut down. And let's turn on round robin also so that it sort of evenly distributes the ores between the sag mills. Now, if the theory is correct here, guys, when we drop these ores into our system, we should see our sag mills turn on and start functioning, right? So let's do that. Let's drop the ores in here. Oh, come on. Please let this work. Let's have a look. Are they working? Come on, baby. I know that I've freaking wired them correctly. I didn't wire them correctly, or are the sag mills full of stuff? No! Dang it! The good news is the ores have arrived in the chest. The bad news is the item conduits are not sucking them out for some reason. I'm going to try this again. I don't exactly know what's going on here, but let's change this to always active and change this to purple, okay? That should be doing the business, unless I got the channel wrong, but I don't think I did. Let's just make sure that this is functioning now. Come on. There we go. Okay, I don't know what happened there. I guess it was just an item conduit bug, but that is fantastic. So the ores are getting ground down by the sag mills. The sag mills are going to be sending that stuff into here, which unfortunately right now is filled with stuff. These are our alloy smelters, and I guess the next step for us is to try and make sure that the items come out of the alloy smelters, right? Because as you can see, they're getting trapped in here. So the next step, I suppose, is to find the output, which is going to be a blue on the item conduit cable, and I suppose we could... I just cracked the nut on this one, guys. All of the items coming out of those alloy smelters are trying to go into this item conduit network. So we could just plug this item conduit network straight into the main cable and send all of those ingots that are getting smelted directly into the storage chest. And then they will get sucked back into the disk drive network, right? And the way that we can do that is by setting this to in and out, right? So in will be blue, which is the color of the network coming out of the alloy smelters, and out will be green, because that's okay, and we'll stick the speed upgrade back in there, so that's awesome. And what we should see now is, yes, there they are, awesome. They're the ingots. They're coming into the giant colossal chest, but these items are not getting extracted right now, right? And that, of course, is because earlier on I disconnected the disk drive over here, didn't I? I'm such an idiot. Okay, so last thing that we need to do now is get the items out of the colossal chest into the network itself, and we're going to have another third-party chest to do that, right? Oh, this is actually working again. Oh man, I'll tell you what, Cyberdogs, the ReNDoG brain is starting to shut down. It is getting a little bit complicated up in this business. And that is because these maintenance levels we have over here are going to converge at the center point. And it's at this center point that we need to have some cables. I don't know, we're going to have to get clever with this and maybe make some sort of a structure in the center of this maintenance lobby. Yeah, that could be pretty sweet. But I think this is going to be the best way to complete the final part of our system over here, which is transferring all of the items from the colossal chest into the disk drive storage system. I've got my sort of in-between chest over here, and I'm going to plug an exporter onto this chest because that's what we need to export items into the refined storage system. If I can actually get it, shift, there we go. Now that should be sucking anything out of this chest into the refined storage system. Let's just do a test though. Let's send some slime into this. That should start to get sucked out. That is not getting sucked out. Exporter. Oh, does this need to be an importer maybe? I think it might need to be an importer. Let's plug an importer into that. Is that working? Okay, yeah, so I had the wrong stupid plug over there. Now, what we can also do is throw some speed upgrades into this. Let's throw a couple of speed upgrades and a stack upgrade into this importer that is now going to extract stuff super fast out of this chest. And all we need to do now is to tell this Ender IO conduit to send items. Hang on, I think I need to get some speed upgrades. There they are. To extract items into that golden chest, right? And to always be on. So let's change that to always active. We should see the golden chest filling up with items. Eventually. No, it's not. Oh, I know why. This connection needs to be set to insert. Okay, there we go. Now let's take a look at this. Is this working? No, it's not working. Or is it working? It's just working so quickly that we can't see the items. It's difficult to tell. Yes, it is actually working. Oh, that's beautiful. The only reason we didn't see it is because it does it in cycles. It adds a batch of items and then removes a batch of items. But that is awesome news. So we got slime coming into the colossal chest. We have got ingots coming into the colossal chest, and then all of those goodies are being transferred back into our disk drive setup over here. That is amazing. Now, the next part of this project is going to be to try and make this look a little bit better and to move our crafting grid section into somewhere a little bit more practical, right? We need to get rid of this because what we need to start doing today is working on these passageways, of course, right? We want these passageways to look the same as these passageways in our corridors, and they're going to go all the way around this this sort of center part. Although what I've just realized is that we might have a little bit of a problem over here, right? Actually, no, it's going to look beautiful, actually, because we're going to be following the pathway along the maintenance levels, and then they're going to branch off. So maybe the maintenance levels have to go like this. Oh, that's actually going to solve the problem completely, right? Because the maintenance levels are going to follow the grids or the grills, and that means that the maintenance levels won't actually converge in the center. So I've just completely overthought that and was panicking for nothing. Good job, ReNDoG, you freaking idiot. Oh, geez, guys, I just checked my watch. This episode is starting to go a little bit long now. Spent most of the time getting our base up and running again. But you know what, man? I'm really happy that we managed to do it, and I'm glad that you were with me for that process. You know, usually I would have done all of that off camera and the base would have just been working. But in the previous episode, we had a little bit of a chat, didn't we? Where I suggested that we sort of change the format of this FoolCraft series to doing sort of less per episode, but doing more episodes per week instead of doing one episode a week with a lot of progression. And I guess this was a good example of what that sort of episode might look like. And I'd really love to get your guys' feedback today on how you enjoyed this episode. Did you like this format? Was it cool? Like, would you like to see more of these type of episodes per week? You know, where we sort of focus on one single task and get it done, and then in the next episode we move on to the next one? Or would you guys like to go back to a more sort of progressive episode where we have maybe 1 or 2 episodes a week, but we do a lot of work in those episodes? I'd be very, very interested to know what you guys think about that, okay? Please do hit me up in the comment section below so that we can get that sorted together. I kind of like this format. I really enjoyed recording this particular episode because you know, I didn't have to think too much. I didn't have to jump between different projects and jump between different areas of the world, and my brain got to focus on one thing, which was getting the cables and the refined storage system working. And I actually really enjoyed that, just from a Minecrafter's perspective. So personally, I would like to do these kind of episodes more. But of course, guys, it's all up to you, man. I'm making this jazz for your entertainment, and I want you guys to be happy with the output. So please do let me know in the comments, okay, what you guys thought about today's episode. Just as I go and talk about not doing too much progression per episode, I spend a whole bunch of time working on some Chisel and Bits grills. I'm addicted to modded Minecraft, guys. What can I say? Look how freaking gorgeous this is, man. It is absolutely awesome. I love it. Anyway, I think we're going to say goodbye now, guys. I can't wait to see your feedback with regards to the series style. And yeah, let's do a little bit of vein mining for the last bit because it's awesome. Let's just get rid of all of the basalt to see through here. Oh man, look at that. Isn't that glorious? Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy the episode, man. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit the like button if you had a good time, and of course, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more from this series. Thank you guys so much for watching, man. ReNDoG signing out from the Space Marine base, and we will smell you all in the next episode.